drink or whatever, but it's still 70 proof. Like,
yeah, and that's respectable.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I want to start off with something a bit more positive.
Mm.
And that's Kevin Smith. It looks like he's finally started filming Clerks 3. Kevin Smith is my guy. Love him to death. I am so fucking excited for that. It's hard for me to exactly elaborate how excited that makes me. Now, I know this script was finished years ago, but you know how it goes. They got to rewrite, got to do this. But it looks like they started filming. Brian O'Halloran is the one who posted it. I'm just so fucking juiced for Clerks 3. Clerks is a classic, and I was so mad when they made Clerks 2, because I was like, here you go. Oh, it's in color. Oh, they're just gonna fuck it all up. And you know what? It was amazing. It was amazing. It was just as enjoyable, if not as enjoyable.
I've been trying to learn how to get more enjoyment out of the little things in life, to just really appreciate the small things that happen in life. And when you sent me that fucking picture about Clerks 3, like,
how can you not get excited at that?
Yo, just like there was a tiny rainbow that showed up just like right in front of my eyes, and I knew it was gonna be a good day. I knew things weren't quite that bad. Like, yeah.
What's up with you and rainbows? I mean, you got the rainbow flag, the rainbow tattoo. Trying to tell us something?
I'm sorry, where are you seeing these things, sir?
Like, you don't got a rainbow flag in there?
This
you know what? I'm sorry. Even though I am thoroughly excited about Clerks 3, and I'm pretty sure it is going to be great, because nothing can be quite as bad as yoga hosers. Did you see that?
What is that?
I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to say, when you're done with today, go look up yoga hosers and watch it. What?
Yoga hosers?
Watch as much as you can.
I'm so confused by the title. Like, I can't even.
You know what? Go ahead and Google it real quick.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna do this. Fucking yoga hose. I don't even know how. Oh, fuck me. That came up way too simply. What is happening here?
So apparently it's a movie that he made for his daughter, right? And he wanted to make it with his daughter. And let me tell you something. I love Kevin Smith, but this is this is everything that everybody would hate about him.
Yeah,
I'm not going to judge the movie. I only got a couple of minutes into it. I always plan on going back and watching it, but
no, and see, okay, nepotism does not always work. Like, you can't.
No, and check it out. His daughter is a fine actress. She was really on display in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. And she did a really, really well job. And she was also in the Quentin Tarantino movie.
Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
The one Tarantino movie I still haven't fucking seen.
Oh, man, you gotta see that.
Yeah, I know, I suck.
It's long. Long as fuck. Pause. All right.
So?
Enough with the pleasantries. Let's go ahead and get into business. That's gonna be Dipset versus the Lox Verzuz. Now, we're jumping into the shit. What?
Because that wasn't a versus. They just bullied these niggas. Like, they bullied the fuck out of Dipset.
Let me tell you something. I was so excited for this. I watch verses. I usually never watch a whole versus. I usually just watch, just a couple of minutes.
That shit way too long.
It is. And who the fuck wants to watch a concert live stream?
Right.
Nobody does. But I was excited.
If I can't be there, fuck it. Like,
exactly. The Lox was the street, Dipset was the movement, and this was just everything that somebody who was in high school when this was popping. It was as much. It's the best we could hope for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I didn't think Dipset was going to win this one. I didn't think, but Dipset got hits. They skipped several of them for tonight. But then again, where exactly do you put Hey Ma?
Juel's mic check? Like, why did they not do that? I don't.
Well, they at least did Santana's Town, which was a good one. Now, check this out. I watched the whole thing. I want us to go round by round. Tell me who you got. First off, round one. The Lox got Fuck You, Dipset got I'm Ready. Both of those were great hits. I'm Ready was probably a bigger hit, but Fuck You was the first track on the Lox We Are the Streets.
Hard as fuck.
And that is, we hope we wouldn't make it fuck you. I mean, we're going to have to get into how Jada just took this whole shit over.
And I want to talk more than a round by round breakdown. What I really want to just discuss are the characters here. Like,
there's so many characters. Like, Cameron kicked Styles. She called everybody pussy. Jada just went out there and said, y'all niggas run me over the tracks. You could have stayed in the car and listened to Apple Music. And he just, at some point, he just started yelling, bars, bars,
like,
bars. Jada has been saying, listen, Jada has been saying that he's top 5 dead or alive for a couple of years now, and today he put the world on notice that he is. Everybody who doesn't have him in that top tier has moved him in the top tier. People like me and you, the initiated, we already knew this.
Right. And I think what was so dope about it was the way that he was like, nah, we need to stop the show. I have a serious fucking question. Like, this is about hip hop. We in New York, you know what I'm saying? We veterans and all of that. Why are you rhyming over the fucking vocal track? Like, he was just so sick of that shit that I feel like it really bothered him.
I think I know why. I don't think Dipset had, because when you play it, there is a backing track, which is an instrumental, and there's backing vocals, which are pretty much the ad-libs. They just save the track and the ad-libs and throw those in. I don't think Dipset has them. Yo, I was in a group chat the other day and Deuce hit me up. He said, yo, do any of you guys have the Purple City freestyle? I was just like, let me check. Because I have a good amount of the tracks during that time saved on a hard drive.
Got you, okay.
Any of the hundreds of beats I made? No, lost to the ether.
Them shit's gone.
But Rook Nass Gunshots is saved 3 times on there. So,
bro, I have so much Gunsmoke shit on my hard drive. It's fucking ridiculous.
We're gonna have to trade some.
Nice.
but I was like, nah, I don't have it. Like, some of the shit I have like some of the acapellas. I got some of the tracks I laid down. And I think that's what happened with Dipset. They're like, all right, let's get, Dipset anthem, and where's the backing vocals? Cameron looked at Jewels looked at Jimmy looked at Freaky, and we gotta talk about Freaky's dance moves. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
He's just happy to not be in jail. Anytime that he's not locked up, he's just happy to be there, bro. Like,
that nigga was having the time of their life. I was really happy when Dipset played Crunk Music, which is one of my favorite Dipset songs. And the video was great because the video was based on the Warriors.
Right.
And, I definitely love that shit, but it went against Banned from TV. And Jada, oh man, when Jada did the Who Shot You freestyle, the whole mood changed. The whole mood changed.
God. You know what? And for somebody who doesn't understand how niggas could get in the street, I'm sure there were a lot of people that were nervous. Like, yo, is something gonna happen? Like,
it could go either way. Them niggas had problems through proxy, through Rockefeller. Dipset was still Dipset. There was a Rockefeller, but Beans and Jay was going at it.
Right.
And fucking legendary.
Oh my God.
Beanie Sigel dropped a diss on Jada, and it was just I still play it to this day. I torture my employees because I play it like while closing up. And then I get aggressive with them, like they try to close the tail, grab him by the head. I'm like, kick his ball over the fence and let the nigga know whose yard is this.
Yo, you're a fucking asshole, man. Like, could you imagine your boss doing that shit to you? Like, what do you do? Do you report the nigga to HR? Like, nah, he got way too into that track. Fuck that, I'm reporting him.
And I'm talking to Jason. Hey, I'm motherfucker.
Yo, fucking dick.
Yo, that was just an awesome diss. And I think we actually got to give Beanie that one. I mean, Jada came hard, but I don't think anything really comes back from that diss. That shit was hard as fuck. I gotta look back to see who really won that.
Yeah, I would have to re-listen.
Because at the top of my head, I gotta give it to Beanie. But back to Dipset versus the Lox.
Fam.
Jada is 100% at home doing this.
Yes.
This is his thing. I think you can book Jada against 5 more niggas. Somebody put up a meme.
Solo.
Yeah,
like...
exactly. Somebody put up a meme that Jada Kiss is just going around collecting versus wins like Infinity Stones and shit. That shit had me dying. Because
but this, I think what really bothered me was the difference in the quality of performance. Like the Lox, they knew each other's bars. They was, you know, hype manning for each other. Dipset actually had a hype man and didn't have half the energy the Lox did. I'm like, they must have shown up high or drunk or both. Like,
I don't know who came up with this phrase, but you know what it is? It's lyrical fitness. And the Lox is still in shape. And what happened was
super facts.
Dipset is out of shape, which is fucked up because they just supposedly made a comeback like a year ago.
And y'all don't got y'all bars on tap? Like,
and they got washed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have this is the kind of arena I really expected Cameron's personality to shine throughout the whole thing.
Right.
And to me, Cameron kind of acted like he was bigger than all of this. Jada came to fucking play. Like Cameron,
he put on a show. Like,
yeah. And Cameron, like, you know, like you guys are blessed to be in my. And don't get me wrong, I fuck with Cameron. I like Cameron.
Right.
But Jada went out there to entertain, and he took this thing over. This is where Jada is home at. Jada can do this shit on tour, and in fact, I hear Dipset and Lox are going on tour.
I would suggest against that personally because
because there's no real beef between them. They don't really have any problems.
I know there's not, but I feel like Jada's gonna sun the shit out of everybody. Like, well, hey, I told you about those fucking. Do you better turn those fucking vocals off? You better go out there and fucking spit, nigga.
I don't think they're gonna be battling, but it's crazy because Verzuz has put Jadakiss's profile really, really high. You know, higher than Freddie versus Jason. We was all expecting that tape to be something monstrous, and unfortunately, it kind of goes the way of Lil Baby and Lil Durk as kind of another forgettable duet album. There was a couple tracks. That first intro track was great. There's the one with Swizz. There's 2, 3, or 4, however you like. But
it just wasn't what we thought it was gonna be.
No, we was expecting something a lot more. And his profile is really high since dropping that top 5 Dead or Alive album. Was it top 5 Dead or Alive? Or was it Ignatius?
Ignatius.
Yeah. Solid fucking project too.
Oh, loved it. Fucking loved it.
That was definitely overlooked. I'm really happy for Jada having this really high profile, and I'm glad that, you know, the uninitiated are really top 5. You can mention Jada in this.
Yeah.
Realistically, probably not, but bar for bar, he can hold his weight with fucking anybody. You can put him in a room with Fab, you can put him in a room with Jay, you can put him in a room with M, and Jada will hold his own against anybody. And that's not the shit on Styles or Sheek. Sheek is Sheek. We know what he is. He's the goon. He's the fucking guy in hockey who comes in just for the fight. But his bars also hold up. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's not cannabis, but they hold up.
Absolutely.
And Styles he's not as lyrical as Jada, but he has his own lane. And his own.
I swear to God, this is almost word for word what I was just talking about with Rook. Like, Sheek, you know, he's gonna say some wild, reckless shit. You always gonna get crazy quotables from him.
Real quick, favorite Sheek Luch line, and I already know what it is.
Sheek, I spit in your food. Tell the women in your family to suck my dick. Come on. That's like top 5 rawest lines I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, you know what it is with Sheek. Like,
oh man, you know, I always like Sheek. I always felt Sheek embodied me a lot, because a lot of times I felt like I was the goon. Like, you know what?
Because you were.
Fuck every last one of y'all over there.
Like, we would go to the mall, and this guy, we were at Roosevelt Field Mall. Fuck that. We were at Roosevelt Field Mall. We standing on the 2nd floor. This guy would point down to somebody's chick. Dude walking hand in hand with his girlfriend. You should be with me.
Yeah. We thought that was funny, and it really wasn't. It was not funny.
That was some scumbag shit. But
that was not funny, and I'm surprised I did not get punched in the face more.
Well, 2 things about that. One, it was always at least like 3, 4 of us, and whoever the dude is with his girl. Second. You've never been a little nigga. So they kind of had to just take that L. Like,
yeah.
You're a piece of shit. You were the Sheek Luch of the fucking group, man.
That's the shit that happens when it's like a random fucking Tuesday in March, and I'm sitting in my room, and I'm sitting in my kitchen making coffee, and I remember that shit, and I just cringed to myself a little bit, like, fuck. God, I just hope everybody forgets about that.
Yeah, nope, never.
Nope. God. Other highlights from Dipset versus Lox.
Honestly, an omission from the Lox really bothered me. They didn't do Wild Out.
Huh.
And I was waiting for that shit.
Wild Out would have been a good one. But Wild Out is also an old one. That was the first single from We Are the Streets.
They gave us Fuck You. So I was like, okay, we got that. We got Mighty D Block. Are we gonna
Mighty D Block? Jesus Christ. Every time I hear two toothbrushes up, that shit always has me dying laughing.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, two toothbrushes up. I'm not the one who said it. That's a great line. That's a great line. Styles really has his own lane, and he's very comfortable in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm so glad to see the Lox really come out on top like this, because it really shows that, you know, when you take away all of the gimmicks, when you take away all of the labels, when you take away all of the bullshit, put that mic in somebody's hand and let them spit bars, the Lox are still lyrically fit. They showed everybody, they proved everybody, and I love that the profile is so high.
Facts.
Really makes my day.
And I hope that, you know, artists really look at this as one, and I talk about this with my uncle all the time. Like, when you hear about a rapper retiring, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Because no matter how old you are, did you forget how to rap? Like, did you forget how to flow? I mean, unless you had like lung surgery or something and you ain't got the breath for it. Like, I don't get
why
that
are you
concept.
subbing Beanie? You just say beans.
What? Wow, that's fucked.
Just say beans.
But I mean, it's a wild concept to me. Like, it's not like being an athlete where, like, you know, you can't run up and down the court or the field anymore or something like that. Like, if you have the mind, and I mean, even if you don't, if you got the catalog, you can just fucking live off that shit for how long? I mean, if Verzuz has taught us anything, you don't always need something new. You just need quality music that can stand the test of time. If you ain't got that, your longevity ain't shit.
Yeah, that's absolute facts. I just love the fact that we don't have to rely on the gimmicks. We don't have to rely on the fake beefs. We don't have to really rely on the bullshit. We can rely on the bars. And Jada has showed people that. And just to jump on what you said, the Lox have aged very gracefully.
Oh man,
because they just did a project maybe earlier this year or late last year.
Yeah,
that was pretty good, and it was one of the last times we seen DMX. They did the video, Rough Riders came out, and it was dopeness. It was dopeness, just all the way dopeness. Everything the Lox doing right now is just fucking dope. Now, enough of that. Let's move on to problematic bitches.
DaBaby?
No, we'll get to him later. But,
I mean, the setup, like.
So, I'm on Twitter. Bullshit. I just opened it up, and I just see somebody do a retweet, and it has, you know, the two eyeballs, and it's Black Chyna, and the tweet just says, hold on, let me make sure that it just says, Tiger love trans, me too, kissy emoji, and then later on followed up by tell the truth, Tiger. Now, that's not funny. The funniest thing is everybody automatically said the same thing. They said, oh, Tiger must have been late with that child support check. And I thought that was hilarious. I always find it hilarious when 200,000 people make the same joke.
Right.
Remember the dude, you're getting a down? When he got arrested, everybody came up with the same joke. Dude, you're getting a cell. And I love that shit. It is a great phenomenon when everybody makes the same joke.
Community jokes.
Exactly. Now, those jokes are funny, but what the fuck would possess somebody in this day and age, in this climate, to say some bullshit like that?
Can we all just can we take a moment and just appreciate the wisdom of never stick your dick in crazy? Like, because it's
look who you're talking to.
It's because
Have
like
you seen my baby moms?
Bro, it's a forever problem. Like it's a forever fucking problem. It's not a thing that's just like, oh yeah, this was a section of my life. No, you have instances like this.
Real quick, just side note. On a show called How I Met Your Mother, there's a guy named Barney. He laid out perfectly. He said there is a crazy scale and a hot scale, and you need that perfect line in between. You can't be too much over one or too much under one. And that's what it is. God, in his sixth sense of humor, said, listen, we are going to give the craziest, bounciest, juiciest vajayjay box to the craziest bitches. That's how it works.
Did you say bounciest, my nigga? Like,
come on, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm trying.
Like fucking hydraulics, man.
I'm trying to work out how to stat. Like she got a 99 bounce to the pussy. Like what?
Exactly. Like a fully inflated Spalding. Boop.
Oh my god!
It goes down, comes right up. Goes down, comes right up. Downtown, uptown. It's like the 6 train.
Yo, I have to find a way to make that a constant hashtag in my life. Like
it's the bounce. That crazy bounce. Now back to crazy. The funniest thing is she really thought she was doing something. Like there's gonna be some big expose. Once again, I love it when 100,000 people say the same thing. It's like Tiger loves trans. Everybody's like, who gives a shit?
No one cares.
We don't care.
Not a single person.
Even if Tiger was your favorite artist, does this stop you from ever listening to him? Would you not go to one of his shows?
Nope. Like it's not stopping anybody. It's not stopping his money. It's not stopping his fame. And now you just put his name in a bunch of people's mouths again.
How's that working out for you?
Right. Like that's just more of his money that you're not getting. Like
and you're still you. You fucked the brokest Kardashian. And I'm not trying to play Rob. Rob is, actually, I was gonna say Rob is the victim in all of this. And he's not, because he fucked up too.
He did, yes.
He did. But I can understand being hurt when you see, the next nigga who, mind you, this nigga ended up on the challenge. The next nigga sitting in your fucking Versace robe after smashing your chick on your bed. I would probably not be thinking straight too.
Yikes.
Oh God. The whole thing is a fucking mess.
It is.
And the funny thing is, as a big of a mess as this is nowhere near, this hardly breaks the top 10 of Kardashian messes.
No, not at all. Oh man, I can't even remember the chick's name, but the whole situation with
Tristan Thompson?
Yes. Oh man, that fucking mess.
And not just the cheating, there's the whole thing with the fallout with the best friend. There's a beef with Paris Hilton. There's the the Cold War beef with Beyonce. There is the whole shit with the dad who's transgender and votes for Trump and killed somebody.
Which no one but South Park ever fucking addresses.
You know what? I actually seen an Indian comedian, and I forgot his name, but he said it too. He was like, the judge was just like, well, Bruce Jenner, you look like you took an old white lady out of the world. I'll be damned if you're not gonna bring another one in. I forget the comedian's name. I got to post it, but he's fucking hilarious.
Yikes.
This wasn't the flex that Black Chyna thought it was.
No, it wasn't anywhere. There was no damage done. There was no you just said that shit for nothing.
The only interest was just like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm actually kind of excited by that because it kind of shows where we are as a society. Are there still pockets of people who are still ignorant and biased? Sure. But as we can see, slowly but surely, that tide is turning. And it's a good tide to be turned. God, there's so much more awful shit than where does somebody want to pee at?
Yeah, I couldn't care less. I don't fucking care. Like none of that shit affects me in the slightest.
Don't get me wrong. And I think we talked about this before, because we talk trans issues lightly. Because we don't want to offend.
Right.
And I support them. I do have a problem with one statement that they make. They make one statement, and they stand really, really strong on this, and I'm just a little shaky on it, because I think I just need more information. When they say trans women are women, I'm like, yes, I understand you feel that way. Just when it's all said and done.
Okay, so let me, maybe I can help.
Please.
And this is why English is important, and understanding the language we use is important.
Now, listen, I just want to say, I support their rights and their beliefs and whatever they want to do. This is just something I have trouble understanding.
Right. So, and this is an issue that comes up with, me and Rayla a lot. I'll say, females.
Okay.
And she's just like, don't say that. And I'm just like, well, what's the problem? Like they're females. That's what they are. And it's just like, no, it comes across as demeaning. And when trans people, when they say like trans women are women, they're not saying they're female. They're not saying that they are genetic women. They were born that way. They're saying we are women. So it's like, as far as the societal understanding goes, not on a genetic level, not on a scientific level, but on a societal understanding, the same way that you would treat a woman is the same way that you should treat a trans woman.
I am infinitely happy I just had this conversation. I've been struggling with that for a while. And I've actually been, I do have a friend who's trans, and I don't think it's fair that people should always run to the only trans person they know with all of the questions. It's not their job to answer all of our questions.
Just like your white friends running to you with every black question they ask.
Right. Or growing up as a Muslim, somebody's just like, well, what does this mean? Like, right. And I never want to be that person. I like, the best way I can show my support is by being an asshole to everybody equally. So if I just treat them the same as everybody else, I'm probably doing better than most people. And respect their pronouns.
Right.
And that's the main thing. I never try to I'm not saying I've never done it. I just would never do it on purpose or in a belligerent way. Right. But it's funny because just, in a couple of sentences, not feel better, because I had trouble with it. Like, oh, trans women are women. I was like, yes, you're women. But
it's honestly, it comes down to just the specificity of English. That's it.
And even better, now I don't have that problem. Now I understand what it means. Trans women are women. Yup.
Yeah. Like you absolutely are.
And go about my fucking day.
And you know what? It's just that simple sometimes.
Just that simple. just that simple. Look at us. Okay, let's talk about DaBaby being bounced from Lollapalooza and a multitude of other he's the bag is being fumbled. Okay, question. Is DaBaby able to bounce back from this? He already has issued 2 apologies. The first one was fucking bullshit. The second one was obviously written by a PR team who should have been there the first time.
No. Okay. First and foremost, and I don't know if I said it here or if I said it talking to Rook, but we all know and understand in our heart of hearts, cancel culture does not actually fucking exist. You cannot cancel someone or something that you were not putting money into to begin with.
It's a Band-Aid at best.
At fucking best.
It's a pacifier.
That's all it is.
People who want to rush and cancel everybody, they rush and they do it and they feel better for themselves to do injustice and don't realize in the long run, don't get me wrong, on a more local level, it can work. People can lose their jobs. And we all know how fucked up that can be.
Right.
And if you get branded by a racist, it's easily Googleable. Right. You may have fucked yourself. But once you pass a certain level, kind of doesn't work. Tory Lanez got canceled.
And that nigga was at Rolling Loud.
That nigga is making more money than he ever did.
Dude. So one thing I'll say is like, can he bounce back from this? Yes, absolutely. Now, the funny thing is, having this conversation with Rook, had he not apologized, he'd probably be in a better place. Had he just stuck to, I feel how I feel and that's what it is, he probably would have been in a stronger position. To release such a script, to be someone who is so charismatic, so upfront, so honest with how he feels and how he talks.
And the murderer.
I'm sorry, what?
And the murderer.
Right. Yes, that is a thing. That's a fucking thing.
He definitely got one in the box.
Yeah. So it's like, he bounced back from that, he'd be fine here. But it's like, to release this scripted ass PR statement, one, it's dumb obvious this didn't come from you. And two, it, to me at least, and I don't know how his fans feel because I cannot count myself among them if you pay attention to anything I say about him. But to me, it fucks up your real credibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, had he been like...
But we got to allow, as much as, and cancel culture is problematic, but we do have to allow people some recourse to be able to come back from it. We got to allow people to grow and change, or at least apologize for shit.
And but it has to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? You can't give me the press release for your apology and expect me to be authentic. Like, right. So like, had he been like, damn, yo, I really didn't expect this. You know, I didn't expect people to take it this way, or, you know, yo, fuck, I ain't even mean to, you know, fuck y'all up like that. Yo, that's my bad. If he would have, like, it doesn't have to be anything eloquent. It doesn't have to be anything super deep, but it just has to come from you. Right.
Like, holy shit, yo, I said some dumb shit and I didn't even think about the impact it would have had.
Right.
And now I'm instantly sorry. When I got canceled on Twitter, that's almost exactly what I did. I said, listen, I was drinking, which is an excuse, and I posted a tweet. I thought that shit was funny. Thank you guys for letting me know how fucking unfunny that was and how uncool that was. I took down the tweet. I'm apologizing for it now, and I would never do that shit again. And I haven't.
And so that's it.
People bring it up every once in a while, and I just go on the attack. Fuck you. I apologize for it once. You're not getting a second one. Fuck you and a horse you rode in on. I'm not famous, so your cancelable isn't going to get my car repoed or stop my check.
Right, like, get the fuck out of here. But like, and that's really it. Like, somebody, and this is what you could tell with a lot of these younger cats. Like, they don't have media training. They don't really get coached with how to deal with becoming a brand. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what these artists are nowadays. They're not just artists. Like, DaBaby is a brand, and that's a lot of weight, definitely on a young brother like that. Like, but you have to understand that. You have to understand the weight of your words. You have to understand what these things can incite and what thoughts they can affirm in other people's minds. Saying that shit about AIDS and HIV, now I could be reaching. And, you know, I had conversations, people told me I was reaching. And it's like, but how easy is it for him to say that shit on stage? And then within the week, somebody finds somebody with HIV and they're like, yo, we got to get this, you know, this cancer out of our city, out of our town, out of our neighborhood. Like,
yeah, I mean, there is, and even Sir Elton John came down off his throne to give Baby a spank. You know, the HIV stigma is very different from what it was today. Many people who have HIV and AIDS live pretty normal lives.
Exactly.
It was a huge epidemic in the early 90s, specifically around 94, 95, and that's just really not how it works today. And a lot of people just like, you know, these days, yes, it's infectious, but you could take one pill a day and it becomes untraceable and non-transmissible. Like, this whole stigma about AIDS is why people don't say shit in the first place. And I can get that. I can respect that. when it comes down to the apology, I do 100% feel you guys on the bargaining from a position of power. So over at my job, I was requested to go to a struggling store. I'm very good at my job. And
Slight flex.
I'm good. But I developed this reputation of, hey, is your store fucked up? Get Malik. He'll triple your sales in 90 days.
Yeah. Oh, you're the fixer. Oh,
Right.
I've worked with a couple of those. Yeah.
I used to be. Now I do just well enough when everybody leaves me alone. Like, where he didn't hit every single goal, but the ones he did hit, he did really well. And middle of
he's
the road.
okay.
Just good enough when no one ever mentions my name about everything. Just ride. That's where I'm at now. Because I don't want to work too hard.
Right.
So, and what I do is I train everybody up. Hey, listen, look at me. I went from $10 an hour to fully salaried in 5 months. You can do it too. I'm going to teach you everything I know so you can do my job for me. That way, when your number gets called and they need somebody to come up and step up, you're ready to go and you will do my job until then. It's a beautiful system.
Nice.
But I went to this place and I did really, really well. We went from the worst in the company to the top third, and it was really good, but it ended up tapering off. And when it wants to taper off, I'm like, this sucks. Now I'm making less money. You know, I want to go back to my old store. So what do you think I did?
Left? I don't know.
No. Instead of asking for a transfer, I put in my 2 weeks notice.
Wow, do it.
Oh my God, this just seems out of the blue. Oh man, is there anything we could do to make you stay?
Yeah, let me go back to my old store.
This sure is. Let's talk about this. So, and it totally changed the dynamic.
Yo.
Totally, and sometimes that's how you got to do it.
Right. You gotta work the system.
I felt bad because I'm really cool with my my boss, real cool guy, and I didn't even say anything. I just sent the email, and he was like, he actually got his feelings hurt a little bit. It was a really professional email, and he was like, "Damn, I thought we was like cooler than that." Like we are.
It was like,
I just thought it would have went another way.
This is official documentation, though. Fuck that. Like
exactly. And I let it sit there for 5 days or so until it's like, man, is there something we can do? Well, yes, there is.
I'm glad you asked.
But you know what? I took one for the team. I was a good job, and I do it all without complaining. I don't complain. I don't ask for help. I just do what needs to be done. And if I struggle, I always put it on my back. But now, I'm not taking that shit right now. So I should be going back to my old spot, and they should know not to fuck with me again.
Nice.
So when DaBaby goes and puts out this fucking apology, he's not doing it from a position of power, and now his future positions are going to be weakened. And now pretty much he's going to have to disappear for a couple of months, 6 months. He'll be back. He'll be back with a single.
No. Yeah, oh my God. I see now. I don't know about that now. And
that could happen.
You know what? And I'm glad we're having this conversation too, because I want to ask you a question that was posed to me. I was on the phone with Unc, and he was just like, we were talking about longevity and, you know, just like artists from like my generation and, you know, how they evolve, how they, you know, change their music, they change their topics and stuff like that. Who do you think out of these new cats are going to maybe make it to a place like, I don't know, they could still be rocking 10, 15, 20 years down the road? Who you think got that kind of staying power?
That is a very interesting question. Very interesting.
Right. That shit hard, right?
not that hard. There's a couple of people who stand out. You know, at one part I probably would have said DaBaby, but
put a hole in that.
Lil Baby, I didn't start off as a huge fan, even though you had that one hit that I liked. But Lil Baby is only getting better. His production is getting better. His music's getting better. He's becoming better at his craft. And he's starting to forge his own lane, which surprises me a lot. Lil Baby is not the kind of artist I really listen to like that.
Okay.
And I've only been getting more and more impressed by him. I'm thoroughly surprised. It's a good surprise. I'm just like, wow, At first, it was just like, well, he doesn't suck as much as everybody else. And he was like, oh, he doesn't suck. And then just like, he's setting himself apart from a lot of other people. And I really like that. I really like the energy he's putting into it. He's trying, he's writing. He's doing a lot of good moves. You know, got to chill with the street shit and getting arrested, but
that would help.
But I would say Lil Baby, and the other one, he's kind of fallen off a little bit, but I think he had a big bounce back coming. I would say Lil Uzi Vert. Just because musically wise, he's further ahead than some of the other people he's competing against. He doesn't have a lot of competition, and he's been in his own lane. He has monster hits and an insane fan base that will, I mean, his fan base is fucking fanatical.
Nah, that's true.
Which is a play on the word fan. And that can carry you for a long time. I mean, fans have been keeping Lil B alive for how long now?
No, his power over is what keeps Lil B alive.
I mean, Lil B. He's such a beacon of positivity too. It's hard to dump on him.
Right.
Because he's just so fucking positive.
You just you have to let him live. Like, you have to. Honestly, when I was asked that, the first two artists that came to mind were JID.
Who's nice. I didn't even mention J. Cole, but I didn't put J. Cole in that category.
No. J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, ASAP, like all of that's like our generation, cats our age. I'm talking about like the younger dudes, like below them. Not whatever.
I get what you're saying.
Right. But yeah, I would say JID, you know, because the little homie could rap his ass off.
You know, every time I heard JID, I believe I liked every song I heard, but I can't remember listening to a full project by him. What should be the first one I should get into?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, to my knowledge, we haven't gotten a full project from him.
Oh, he's trying to mace us to death.
Well, I think what's happening, because he's with J. Cole, I feel like they're trying something different with Dreamville. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're really feeling the pulse of where the music industry is going. And a lot of times albums aren't exactly the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really the wave right now.
And I get that 100%. Chance the Rapper showed everybody that you could be fully independent and get to this bag. And then he signs to a label and drops a fucking dud.
Hold on, whoa. Chance signed to who?
When he dropped the Big Picture or whatever it's called. Or the Big Day. That was on the label, wasn't it?
What? No, Chance never signed to anything. If anything, Chance might have had a distribution deal.
Whatever it was, it didn't work. The album was not great. And we haven't seen him since. Like, what the fuck is Chance doing? Chance just loves being married right now.
But that's, two fittings on that.
He loves being married again, screamed on by Kanye. That's his thing now.
No.
I'm gonna punch Kanye in his fucking face. Yo, what the fuck you talking to? I would choke you.
One day, Chance is gonna fucking black out on that nigga. Like,
yo, exactly. And Chance is so nice and so chill. Like, Kanye, you gotta calm.
And that, but dogs, I think that's why Kanye does what he does, is because Chance is the nice guy. He feels like he could get that off.
Because blacked his whole eye.
Kanye ain't screaming at Pusha T like that. I promise you that shit.
Oh shit, we got to talk about Kanye's album release thing. Did you see it?
No, we don't.
No,
the fuck we don't have to talk about. Get the fuck out of here with this high concept mimicry.
Hold on. We can't talk about how it didn't sell out and he was forced to like give away a shitload of tickets. It's a fucking football stadium, though.
That nigga slept in that motherfucker. He slept there.
Why? It's probably safe. I mean, it's probably safe. It's not like a flood is coming or anything. So you should be good.
Fam, I can't with that shit. But no, back to what I was saying. Fucking JID. And honestly, you know who I think is gonna fucking last? Real talk, Meg Thee Stallion. Meg is gonna fucking last, fam. And I say that. I like
what? Meg. I like Meg, but the thing about it is, and it's a shame, it's like there can never be two solid ass female rappers at a time. Like back
Well,
in that day,
the industry gods would never allow that.
yeah, it's like you only have two. Oh god, it's like Highlander or some shit. You got to kill the last one to get on.
MC Light and Queen Latifah.
There was
Little Kim and Foxy Brown.
Exactly.
Like, you can't.
And then we had Nicki, who was running relatively unopposed for a long time.
And then here comes Cardi.
And here goes the funny thing is, here goes the fucked up thing is, there's no reason why Cardi should have been able to dethrone Nicki like that. There's no fucking reason. When it's all said and done, Nicki got bars. You can say what you want about Queen Latifah, MC Light, Lil Kim. Nicki will probably rip them all apart. Nicki is probably the nicest female MC ever. And this is a nigga who has listened to MC Light, who grew up on fucking Tommy Boy Records and Queen Latifah. When it comes to bars and aggression, Nicki will fuck a lot of them up. I said it.
You said a lot of words right now, and none of them shits hit. Like,
I said it.
Nicki,
when it comes to bars, Nicki will flail them alive.
When it comes to potential, maybe.
Not even potential.
But when it comes to what she actually puts the fuck out into the universe, you
Nicki
can
puts out
suck
bars.
a dick.
Nah,
Get
Nicki
the
puts out
fuck
bars.
out of here, bro.
Roman's Revenge. Stupid
Shut the
hoe.
fuck up.
Who's coming that hard?
Pills and Potions is the hardest shit Nicki ever did. It's the realest shit she ever did. It was the most authentic shit she ever did. She, to her own admission, does not fucking know whether or not she's just an actress pretending to be a rapper or not. Get the fuck out of here, fam.
I feel like that's your opinion. I feel
That's
like
not my opinion.
When it comes
I'll
down
send
to
you the clip. I will send you the fucking clip.
Listen,
oh my God.
When it comes down to bars, who's beating her in bars? Sure as hell ain't Cardi.
Little Kim, Foxy Brown, they're not beating her in bars?
I love them both. Love them. Revere them. Nicki will wash them. And I revere these women. I revere them. Nicki will wash them. Wash them up. Hang them out to dry.
Right.
And I say that with
right now. Right now,
5 years ago, and
oh no,
2014.
You're tripping. Nope.
Listen.
Notorious K.I.M.? No. Fuck you. No.
Me saying how good Nicki is not saying that they're bad, but Nicki will wash them.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
When it comes to bars, Nicki will wash them.
What we're discussing right now is the difference between good and great. And you're trying to tell me that Kim and Foxy are good and Nicki's great.
No, they're great. Nicki's just great. Her. When it comes to bars. Don't get me wrong, without Kim, we don't have a Nicki. Without MC Light and Queen Latifah, women don't have respect in the game. I'm not knocking anything they have done. I'm just breaking it down to the most simplest bars.
Right.
Give them a mic, Nicki will wash them all up. If this was a versus,
the
only one who stands a chance is Lil Kim, because Lil Kim got the amount of hits and the kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong, Queen Latifah got hits too, but
right.
That just wouldn't be a good fit. Lil Kim can hold her own, but when it's all said and done, Nicki will walk away with it. Even if it was in Madison Square Garden. Even if it was on Bed-Stuy, on fucking Biggie's hearse. Respectfully.
Right. Respectfully. Because that sounds fucking crazy.
No, niggas love their Biggie. Somebody punch me in my shit. I just had fun.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, not to say that there's not a fucking million people that would stand out on that limb with you, but y'all still out on a limb. I don't know that I could co-sign that. I'm sorry, bro.
You know what? My Facebook has been going off because I made this post and just hopped on there. And the post was, and I believe this to death. You know what? Since I'm just gonna talk my shit today.
Yo, fuck it. If that's what we doing.
Now, when did you stop watching basketball?
Whatever season it was that the Brooklyn Nets they started the season 0-16.
Okay. So that's fairly recent. That was like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So I said a post, and I do believe it. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure the numbers will back me up, most of it. And my nigga Val was the only one to actually say, to kind of back that up too, by saying his opinion. I said, LeBron James is better than Kobe in every way imaginable.
Okay. All right. Wait, hold on. Let me process that real quick. Let me
take your time.
Okay. So the only other time that I have felt this conflicted with agreeing with somebody is when Rook told me, he said Drake is our era's LL Cool J.
I don't know if I would say Uncle Al. Even when us coming up, even in the late 90s, Al was already in the game 10, 15 years by then. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was at the top of the hill, but just a little bit over it. But he still had a whole bunch of albums afterwards. So I don't know if I would say he was LL. Drake is bigger than that. Drake is one of the biggest artists ever. Even when you put his numbers against fucking Kanye, a Jay-Z, and Eminem, Drake holds up.
Well, no. That I understand, but it's like somebody who can have that crazy crossover success and yet still elicit respect and fear within the industry itself. Because like LL was that dude, like I remember listening to Red and Meth talk about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Great song.
And they were just like, they knew he was an asshole. They knew like, okay, that's him. That's how he gets down. Like, he's gonna fucking kill this kid. We know this is gonna happen. And it's not fair, but that's L.
It's dog eat dog. And a lot of people forget how aggressive he was back then. And now that you talk about crossover appeal, it's hard to think about who can do that. I mean, nowadays it seems common, but to the level that Drake is at, is very uncommon. I mean, I feel Drake is he has divvied up his own lane.
Right.
As much as we revere our Biggie, our Pacs, our Jays, our Nas, gotta throw Drake in there too.
And
as an MC, probably not. But
no.
His sheer power and crossover ability, gotta put some respect on that man's name.
And we talking about somebody who he doesn't necessarily shy away from battles. You know what I'm saying? Like Common, Pusha T,
I mean,
Meek Mill, like
to this day, he's only taken one L.
What would you consider that L?
Oh, the Pusha track.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Just checking. Yeah.
Nah, come on. Pusha.
He got a Grammy nod for the fucking Meek Mill shit. Like
he did. Oh no, he did. Meek didn't win that. But Pusha has been punishing him. Yeah. Push has been throwing his shots, and it was masterful how he baited him into that and then swung missing. He did that really well. He acted like he had a limp and scratched his face and was running away, and Drake thought he was coming down to Hulk on him, and he went and hit him with that fucking scorpion, I'm crouching uppercut. And we still haven't heard that track back.
We're not going to.
Nor should we.
Yeah, that was quieted behind the scenes. Yeah.
As good as the song was, the way how he folded that into his album release, and just, it was masterful.
Those were veteran moves. Those were definitely veteran moves.
It was. Yeah. You can tell he's been doing this for a little bit too long.
But I mean,
and the thing about Drake, when it's all said and done, he puts out solid music. So you may not love it all, but it's solid.
Yeah, because I don't.
The albums are never trash. Even if you don't like the album, you'll find 2 or 3 songs that you're throwing the rotation easy.
Right. Which I can definitely give credit and respect for that. It's and again, what I had to learn and accept is like a lot of these cats, whether they're my age or not, they're not making music for me. Like they're not going into the booth like, oh, let me think of what Ace is gonna like.
Buy shit. We will buy your t-shirt. We'll go to your concert.
But we don't spend money like these kids spend money. Like
Where the fuck are they getting it from?
I-
Getting from niggas like us. Oh, back in my day, we had real rappers like Capone and Noriega.
Us, nothing. I have 0 kids. I am funding no one's bullshit. Don't you yet me. Fuck out of here.
One day you're gonna be pumping gas and it's gonna come out $20.16. And you'll be like, whoops.
Nope. Wait, hold up. It's a surprise attack.
Uh-oh.
I made sure that would never ever happen.
Yeah, we have surgical reasons why that's not going down. So
man, she was just so clinical with it.
Yeah. she had to come through real quick and just let them know, like,
you know, every once in a while somebody
gonna happen.
Every once in a while somebody say something to you, you just believe them. That was it. There's no debate. I believe you.
Right.
I believe you. You know when you're in the bar and once in a while I get the face, I'll punch you in the face. I mean it.
Right. I was like, nah, I believe that nigga. He gonna fuck me up. I'm gonna chill out. Like, oh Lord.
Right. Before we go ahead and get out of here, you did send me 2 stories. Kind of talking about two very different stories.
Let me see. Hold on.
You sent them to me.
Well, I gotta
this afternoon.
I've been drinking.
All right, so the first one is Dr. Dre's daughter. Why don't you tell me about that?
Okay, and yes, and because you're a parent, this is fantastic because I have my opinion. I want to see what yours is. So, long story less long. Dr. Dre's daughter, let's say she's like 35, 38, something like that, with 4 kids, and
38
is 38. Okay, and is currently homeless. She is living out of a rental vehicle and is doing like DoorDash and stuff like that as a way to generate income. Her kids are staying with, friends and stuff like that. So they're not in the car with her. Like they're fine. They're taken care of. But she's homeless while her father is on the Forbes list every fucking year. And, they're trying to pitch the story. Well, honestly, the story is very well written, in my opinion, because they're not really. It
didn't come off like a hit piece.
Right. They're not trying to say one thing or the other. They're just presenting information, which is what news should fucking do. And what I saw in the comments is what I think is the most interesting, because in the article, it says he stopped giving her money about 18 months ago. And they haven't spoken directly in about 18 years. The money stopped coming the first time she spoke to the media, which, again, about 18 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I agree with the comment that I read, which was like, she's an entire grown-ass woman. I don't see why he is obligated to take care of you or your kids.
Now, I'm inclined to agree with you. One, it said they haven't really spoke over 18 years. They're obviously not very close.
Right.
We're led to believe that he's been providing some form of financial assistance up until about 1.5 years ago.
Right.
And the only thing that changed about that was you spoke to the press about him.
You wanted to talk your shit.
Well, I
get
think
you
that's
cut
fair.
off. Like,
but also very much, if within that 18 months, your whole entire life falls apart, I'm assuming she wasn't living in, a mansion, with 3,000 square feet and all this other shit. So what the fuck else was going on in this 18 months? I'm not saying life can't hit you and hit you hard. It does.
Right.
We all get punched down.
Absolutely.
By it. I don't want to sit here and make fun of him, but it's nobody's job to fix your shit for you. It's not his job to come and financially bail you out. Like they said, you're a grown-ass woman.
And if you're living your life, like with four kids,
and the SUV rental numbers was all fucked up. Said it was like $2,000 and change for 3 weeks. Where are you renting from?
From who? Because I promise promise you, I could go to fucking budget right now, and those numbers are not gonna work out.
Now,
Like,
granted, rental numbers are high as shit, the highest they've ever been. I get
Right.
that. They're not that high.
but I just rented a car like what 2 months ago, and yeah, they're higher, but fuck you, they're not that high.
No,
Like
not at all.
two grand would have got me at least a month with
With just
a
about
sedan.
anything.
Like,
You could have gave that to a friend and they would have let you hold their car
dude,
for less.
bruh. So it's like the story that she's telling, and I mean, you know, the story that we read, it didn't have all the details. You know, it didn't specify whether or not there was like a falling out between them. It didn't specify, you know, what she said in that first the news communication she had, you know, a year and a half ago, whatever. But it's like, if your entire life was based on him giving you money and you had nothing of your own, come on, fam.
Or like, what kind of lifestyle would you? This is nobody else's fault but your own. I understand that this may have been a surprise. I understand that it may hurt, but whatever it is, you have to fix it.
Yes.
Children are relying on you. Stop
Yes.
bitching about it to the press, because the press isn't going to help you. Don't get me wrong. The press bullied Drake into being a good father. Dr. Dre not about to play none of that shit. Dr. Dre got cough up $3 million a month.
Yeah, he 300,000. That's still a grip. Right.
But for Dr. Dre, it's nothing. It really is nothing.
That's $300 for him. Like
exactly. So he got it. So he probably wasn't even too mad. I mean, it's high, but he probably isn't too shaky. He probably just angry, but not angry about the money.
It's the principle of the matter for him. Like
exactly.
Right. But
so I feel for this young lady. There's children involved. She's going through a tough time. We all are going through a tough time. I do get it. I do have sympathy for her. But seriously, get off of your ass and go out there and go get it. I'm not saying she's not trying to work. She supposedly has a job at a warehouse. We all know $15 an hour, it still isn't really enough.
Right.
But you have to make it enough.
But I think, and this, anybody who's listening, I'm sitting here preaching like I can give lessons to people. But what I want anyone to take away from this story is, regardless of how rich your father, your mother, your relatives, whatever that is, understand that you always need to stand on your own 2 feet. You can never rely on someone else, because whether they're right or wrong, they can cut you the fuck off whenever they could have a bad dream and wake up and just cut you the fuck off. And there's nothing you can do about that.
That's 100%. That is the 100% reason of why I ended up moving out of my mom's joint once I came back from New York. Came there, she had a bad day, said slick shit one time. I was like, you know what? I can't have the housing for me and my daughter and where we're staying, how we're doing, despite the fact that I pay my bills and shit. But I can't have that subjected to the whims of somebody who could fly off the handle like that.
Right.
You only had to say it once, and that was the same day I packed my showers out. And I have not been back to my childhood home since.
Shit, bro, you really haven't.
Not once.
Fuck.
Not once have I ever set foot back at the house.
Yo, I really feel like the last time niggas was in that crib was like one of the first times I brought Ray Sean up there.
No, this was 2016. When I moved from California back out to New York.
Okay, we were 2016. Hey, Ray Sean, where were we living in 2016? Oh, okay, we were here. Never mind. I had a whole nother story and shit. It's fine.
Yeah, I was only there for 6 months.
Damn, that's real.
Hey, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move on to the last story of the day. We'll try to keep it quick and head into recommendations. You sent me a story. Chuck Schumer. What the fuck is his position? not the Speaker of the House.
He
He's
is
governor. No, he's not the governor.
no. He's a senator.
Senator
Senator,
Chuck Schumer
yes.
declared National Hip Hop Day August 11th
Yes.
and
Yes.
National Hip Hop Month of November, my birth month. That is really, really cool. I do like the gesture.
I do love it.
Anything that gives hip hop more respect and more legitimacy. Not that we fucking need it. We are the most used and copied culture in the fucking world.
We are the number one selling culture in the world.
And so anything that gives us our respect and just due, I'm always going to be with. So
absolutely,
I would love to see how they're able to incorporate that into actual. You know, it's nice to say that, you know, it's Hip Hop Day or Hip Hop Month, but I would love to see some of the things that are going to take place. You know, parades or festivals, or it would be really cool to see how they pull this off.
Well, so here's the interesting thing about it. These things are, I want to see what the correct word is. Okay, so this is not a bill. This is a resolution, which means
it has no legal standing. People aren't going to get out of school and shit for it.
Right. So basically what this says is it is something that encourages senators and local governments to partner with local hip hop artists, communities, labels, things like that, in order to create things that bring more knowledge to people about hip hop.
I'm with that. First thing they should do is make everybody learn Inspector Deck's first verse from Triumph by heart. Instead of a Pledge of Allegiance, it's abomatomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these. Mockeries. That's what every kid should do.
On robbery.
I mean, between that and Prodigy's first verse on Shook Ones, those are the two best first verses in hip hop.
Honestly, okay, if we forcing somebody to learn anything, Cannabis, 100 bars.
No.
Nah, fuck that.
Listen, Cannabis put on a 5-minute clinic. It was great. But it doesn't have the impact as those two other songs.
But it can and it should. It can and it fucking should.
I love Cannabis too.
Do you know how much fucking Shakespeare I had to fucking read? These motherfuckers should have to fucking learn 100 bars. Fuck that shit. Like,
I actually love Shakespeare.
Oh, eat a dick. Like,
I fucking love Romeo and Juliet. I love Othello.
That is Romeo and Juliet. They're both terrible stories. Like, are you kidding me?
Story. You know what else was a terrible story? Juice. That was a terrible story. Menace to Society. These are all terrible stories. They're called tragedies, bruh.
But Juice was a terrible story based on how fucked up shit really is. Romeo and Juliet was a fucked up story based on a fucked up mind. Like,
yeah, it was all fucked up. You know, I remember they were going through and they had this filter that turned everybody into cartoon characters, and they did it with the Juice poster, and I was fucking dying. And I really want to see that movie again. And I also realized the guy who played Q, Omar Epps, was definitely in a relationship with a much older female. He was in high school. She was getting divorced.
Huh. I feel like we know somebody.
Like we glossed right over that. He even said, like, what is this kid doing in here? That's a good point. What is he doing in here?
I mean,
and there's drugs too.
Nah, but we know people who were banging out older chicks. Like, that's not.
I mean,
outside of the realm of.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but still doesn't make it right. In hindsight.
Not to say that it's right, but to say that it's real.
It is real.
I feel like two fucking teenage kids committing suicide because they can't be together. He might have gassed that. He might have gassed that a little.
It's kind of real.
Corey and Topanga didn't fucking kill each other. They just fucking got older.
Romeo and Juliet, not Corey and Topanga. Geez, don't let that be the fucking benchmark. for relationships.
Bro, fucking Corey and Topanga made it to college, got married, had kids, and had a whole nother series. Fuck out of here. They're not Romeo and Juliet.
Unrealistic. That is unrealistic. A happy marriage starting in middle school for the rest of your lives is fucking unrealistic. That is pure fucking fiction.
Okay. You might have something there. Because I tried. I really wanted a high school sweetheart thing, and it failed every fucking time I tried. Like,
did not work. Oh God.
Yeah, no, I got the college sweetheart. I did that.
The way we thought this shit was gonna work out.
Oh boy, did it not. Like,
God, can you imagine if we just had we get the whole crew together and have a whole fucking relationship with our 15-year-old selves? God.
I was like, I have to tell you about the future.
We're all gonna say the same thing. Well, you won't, but we're gonna be like, don't stick your dick in crazy.
Oh yeah,
that's
no.
Step one. Pig AT&T. Shut up. Shut up. No, it ain't.
You're right.
Gotta skip some of that shit.
Take that whole poster down. Fuck that shit.
Facts. Slug said Malik is correct. Hey, Slug, no fucking shit. I'm used to it. All right, let's go ahead and jump into recommendations. Do you have... Before we get out of here, I'd like to take it down to a little place that I like to call Choo Choo Recommendation Station.
There you go. Don't fuck it up.
Do you have something on deck, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first. I think I know what I want to do, but I'm gonna let you go first.
I really wish you didn't say that, because I had something, and now I'm drawing a total fucking blank.
Oh, okay. No. I got you. I'll go first. So, I've been trying to get back into watching anime on a more regular basis and shit. And I keep hearing about this new show and everybody's fucking with it. And I'm like, oh, wait, I already watched Demon Slayer. And they're like, no, not that one. There's another one.
Demon Slayer?
Yeah, it's not Demon Slayer. Right. Okay. So Jujutsu Kaisen.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Right. See, people in the community been hearing about it, but I feel like it hasn't reached the point where like it's annoying the rest of the world. So basically it's a show about this, it's like a school where they're essentially demon hunters or whatever. And this real regular kid who's pretty much lost everybody in his fucking life gets sucked into becoming a demon hunter because of reasons. And honestly, I feel like it's a new trend with how anime works right now. Like, I feel like things move. They move very quickly. People understand their powers quicker. People level up quicker and stuff like that. But I don't know. I want to say this show, it's heartwarming is the best way that I could say it. Like,
I don't know. I got Ted Lasso for that.
Yeah, no, not the same.
It's really good.
So one of the things
in it.
I don't care. Okay, like stop. Right. So one of the things that I really like is like instantly, if you're a fan of Naruto, like it will give you those feels because there's a guy with like gray spiky hair that teaches kids, and there's two boys and a girl, and it looks just like Team 7, and all of the things are there, but the way that it diverts itself from that is really nice. Like the character personalities are cool, the powers are fucking amazing to see, and the animation is just absolutely fucking beautiful. I know that it's on HBO Max because that's where I'm watching it, but I believe that it's also available on Crunchyroll if you happen to have that.
And that's cool. You got HBO Max. Now we can talk about Titans. You don't watch Titans?
Really? Like, should I?
It's actually enjoyable.
Okay. Because I've been on the fence. Like,
it has a guy Thad from Blue Mountain State in there. The guy who plays Raphael in the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, I I was gonna say it's
African
like that Blue Mountain State reference went clean over my head, but
You don't watch Blue Mountain State?
no, I fucking don't.
It's
I
fucking
watch Varsity Blues. I'm good.
No. It was ridiculous. All right, for my recommendation, it's actually something to do with skin and beauty. So I have feet.
You do. We all
Yes.
do. If we're lucky.
So every once in a while, my feet will end up looking like a dry riverbed. Just dead skin and hard and callous. And I don't really take good care of my feet.
Okay.
And so then I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get I seen a TikTok. And somebody's on there and they're peeling it off and it's all smooth underneath. I'm like, this is total fucking bullshit. But it's $10. I might as well try it.
Okay.
So the product is the Alvare exfoliating foot mask lavender.
All there?
Yeah. If you look up
Okay.
Alvare, Auver is the brand.
Okay.
If you look it up on Amazon, it is the #1 foot mask.
Oh.
So I tried it. Of course, my size 15 foot barely fit in that bitch at all. But we got it in with the help of my trusty fucking box cutter. And you know, I washed my feet, I sat my feet in there for 30 minutes, and then I took it off, I rubbed everything in. It was cool, it seemed moisturized, but it seemed like I just put lotion on my feet.
Right.
I was like, okay, cool. After about 2 days, it started itching like crazy. And your feet will itch. You would think something is fucking wrong with you. And a couple of times I scratched it down till it started bleeding.
Oh my God.
And then
this
it started-
sounds terrible.
That was terrible, and that lasts about 2 or 3 days during your first application. After that, it doesn't happen anymore. By the 3rd or 4th day, it started to peel. By the 7th or 8th day, it looked insane. After about 10 days, the whole thing peeled off. And underneath, I'm not gonna lie, my feet was as smooth as a baby's bottom. I was like, this is fucking crazy. This is ridiculous. It works so well. You actually, the funny thing is you get a 3-pack and you apply it like once. You apply it like once a month. And your feet are straight. And that's one of the best recommendations I could give is that it's not too expensive. It fucking works if you got fucked up feet. And
I mean,
I
I have very pretty feet. Like
my toes are fucked up, but the rest of my feet, I can't have my toes and the rest of my feet looking like, you know, I've been jumping up and down in fucking powdered sugar. So this will knock all that shit out. I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, holy shit, this shit works. This is good. So go ahead, pick this shit up. It's a lavender foot mask. If you look up foot mask on Amazon, this will be the first thing that pops up. Go ahead, get you one of the $10. and you really don't need to apply it more than once a month.
Okay,
So
see,
$10 will last you 3 months.
if I wasn't fully against ordering things on Amazon, I might fuck with it, but I might find out what the company is and try to
Alvare.
order from them directly. Like
Yeah, Alvare, Auver.
VER. Okay, wait, hold
There
up.
we go.
Wait, Slug got some shit real quick. He said real quick. So it looks like he about to.
Right, do that shit real quick.
Yeah, I might go fuck with that. I like my feet feeling good. Like
Yeah. You know, after I ripped up like 4 sheets, you know, I was like, I gotta do something about this. Got time to do something about this. I look like one of the fucking Flintstones. Like
oh my Jesus Christ.
Like I'm
Let me
walking on
see.
coals.
Let me see. I need y'all to update the podcast calendar because I was mad as shit yesterday waiting for the cast.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So hold on. I got this one. Slug, that was my fault. So what happened was, all right, this is my mic. My Shure SM7B, the Thriller mic.
Oh,
It's fucking beautiful.
light flex.
So what happened is this screw right here was super loose. So I took off the sides, popped them open, and fixed the screw, which took way longer than it was supposed to take. Then once I did that, I couldn't get these knobs on. So the mic wouldn't stay positioned. It was just, you put it and it boom, it drops. Put it and boom, it drops. So I told Ace, I was just like, hey, we can go on, but it won't be till super late because I got to fix this. And he was like, if it's gonna be past 10, then let's just scrap it. I would
Right.
do it tomorrow. We probably should have said something, but it is totally my fault. Now, for updating the schedule, unfortunately, that is going to be way more sporadic for the next couple of weeks. Because
Which is
Wednesday
also
nights-
his fault.
which is also my fault. My other podcast is it starts next Wednesday, and we're not able to do both. We're still going to do this. It will just be on a sporadic sporadic schedule. So what I will try to do is make sure I post on Facebook and Twitter about when we are going to go live. I'll try to have it. We'll try to get it figured out at least 3 days ahead of time.
I'll handle the Instagram level of that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And and I try to post it. I'm definitely on Twitter all the time, so Ace DM me. He's tired of hearing me talk. Like, fuck you talking. I was sitting here waiting for 20 minutes. Y'all niggas didn't even go on.
Right.
So what we're gonna try to do, most likely what we're gonna do is probably do shorter form stuff. Maybe pick just a specific movie, a specific song, and we're just gonna find time when we can do that. And we'll try to set it up a couple days in advance. We'll try to make sure you guys know. But thank you guys so much for listening and sticking with us. I mean, you guys give us your time. What the fuck is more valuable than that? And
facts.
For us old friends, just to talk some dumb shit. So don't ever think that we don't appreciate your time. And I thoroughly apologize for wasting it. That's the biggest thing that I hate the most, is wasting my fucking time. So
Right, yeah.
we'll keep you guys informed in the future. But until then, you guys are gonna have to catch me on Love War Challenges. We'll leave you guys in the know, but we will still be very much active. As soon as this season of the challenge is done, we will be back on Wednesday nights. We may just have to pick a different night, but whatever we choose, we'll most definitely let you guys know.
Absolutely.
That's gonna do it for me, the ACE, just joking.
No, I like that shit. That was good. That was good. That was clean.
The Ace Boon Coon Monsoon Goon. Jesus, me and the fucking nicknames. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys for listening. Once again, I am MTV Malik. He is Ace Metaphor. This is 224 The Basement. Good night.
Peace.